All right, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Bree Amazing, and I'm back with another episode. This is episode four. Episode four, y'all, of the Because Girl Whet podcast. Um, I'm so excited. As you guys know, last week you guys got to hear the episode with my first special guest, which was Monique, and I got some really good feedback on it. I feel like we did the damn thing with one mic, and yeah, shout out to her. And that was a good episode. I feel like it was really good. It felt like, I opened up about a lot of stuff. She opened up about a lot of stuff. So yeah, that was a really good episode. So if you haven't listened to it, make sure y'all go listen to that one. It was dating in your 30s. Go on my YouTube channel and comment, like, subscribe, share, and let's just jump into episode four. So, this episode, I've been holding on to this one for a while because I was like, like I need to get some more research or write down how I really feel. So, you know me, I always, come with it. And this week, I call it the Pick Me Girls, the rise and the reality. So, I know some of you are probably asking, like, what's a pick me girl? You have your own definition. So let's set the stage. Like, what is a pick me girl? Because if we're going to talk about it, like, we need to know what we're dealing with. Like, so here's a definition according to the internet, aka my thorough TikTok research and those messy thread and Twitters that I love to scroll through an Instagram at 2 a.m. in the morning. But from what I found, like a pick me girl is like someone who does the most to get male attention or approval. It's usually by putting down other women in the process, like, the girls who say things like, I'm not like the other girls. I just get better along with guys, like the classic pick me line right there. But let's go deeper. Like, because being a pick me isn't just about like saying cringy stuff. Like, I feel like it's a mindset. Like, it's this idea that you basically have to downplay your own interest, your personality, or even like your friendship with other women just to stand out. And let me tell y'all, like, that's corny and it's not a vibe. Like, it's lame. Like, for example, like, have you ever heard someone say, like, oh, like, girls are so much drama. Like, I only hang out with guys because they're so chill. Like, sis, like, what are you even saying? Like, first of all, like, I'm going to just keep it real. Boys or guys, whatever, they just as messy. Like, and half of the time, half of the drama with girls, within girls, it's about a guy. Like, dudes be pillow talking too. Like, hello. So yeah, so that line don't work with me. Like, honestly, if pick me behavior like had a theme song, it would probably be that little violin in the back. And while somebody was like, "Oh, I'm different, pick me," and the gag is y'all, the people y'all doing it for, like they usually don't even notice or they don't care. At the end of the day, like if you're trying to impress a guy, I'm not saying all guys, so I don't want y'all to think I'm bashing y'all. Half of them like, okay, so what we doing tonight? Like, I don't care about that. Like, am I sleeping with you? Like, half of them don't care. Now, before we get too shady, let me just say this. Let me just say this. Being a pick me doesn't make you a bad person. Like, a lot of us has been there, like myself included, but don't worry. We're going to talk about it. We're going to laugh about it. And you know me, we're going to figure it out and we're going to find a way to grow for it. I'm a solutions girl. I love solutions. And who knows, I might even share one of my own pick me moments. It's embarrassing. I don't think it's that bad, but I had a pick me moment. I'm not ashamed. Like, y'all know me. Like, I'm all about, and y'all might hear my notes, sorry, but I'm all about being transparent. So, and we're good. Like, we listen, we don't judge. So, why, like, So the question, when I first thought about this topic, the first question I asked, like, have I been a pick me? And like I told y'all, I have. So let's be real. Like, I'll go first, and this is a safe space, right? Like, we're all here. We're all friends here. So it was just like this one time. And it was this one dude that I liked, and we were hanging out in a group setting. And then, like, I don't know, I think I was with his friends. I can't remember. But out of nowhere, I was like, ugh, like, we were out somewhere, and it was these group of girls. Bad. 8 down. And I was like, oh, I hate when girls wear so much makeup. Like, natural is just so much better. Girl, what? Like, because girl, what? Like, who was I even talking to? Like, first of all, I love a full beat. I wish I can do a full beat, because if I did, I would do one, because when someone gave me a full beat, baby, I was that girl. Not saying I'm not that girl without it, but I did look damn good with it. And this is no shot at the natural girls either, because I'm a natural girl myself. But I'm just saying, like, why was I trying to shade an entire gender just to get his attention? Like, it was giving pick me, and looking back, like, it was very lame and cringy. But at the time, like, I thought I was doing something. Whole time in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, I wish I could do makeup. Like, I know how to do the basics, but a full beat, like, that takes a special type of artist. So yeah, that was a corny moment for me. Like, but now I know I'm not the only one. Like, we've all had those moments where we were low key throwing shade at other women, thinking it made us look better or different. But spoiler alert, it doesn't. Like, it makes you look insecure. But the gag is, y'all, the guy don't even notice, like, at all. So what was all that for? Like, it was a pick me moment. And me, I can admit that. Like, I'm not ashamed. Like, I definitely can admit, like, that was a corny pick me moment. And the dude, he didn't even notice. Like, he was like, oh yeah, and talked about something and brought up something else. Like, while I'm trying to be the cool down chick, like, he wasn't even thinking about that. And I'm pretty sure, like, and by the end of the night, like, I didn't even leave with him. Like, I left by myself. And he probably left with the girl with the full beat. Like, and that's what my hating ass get. See, I'm transparent. I don't care. I was a hater, but we grow from it. Whatever. So, I wanted to know about my audience. Like, have they ever been a pick me girl or guy or whatever? And I wanted to, you know, put it out there. So before I recorded it, I had put a post out like, email me, whatever. And I did get one story. I'm not even gonna lie, I got one story. And thank you to that person. And you other ones, y'all had y'all pick me moments. Personally, I've seen some, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. But if I'm going down on my pick me moments, I want somebody to go down with me. So this person I'm going to keep anonymous. They did send me a story and I want to share it with y'all. So let me find it. And this person, let me see. Sorry guys. I'm trying to, so I won't get dead air. So I'll keep talking. And this person has sent me a story to the email. And let me go to it really quick. Okay. Here it is. It's anonymous, so I'm not going to say the person's name. So this is in their words. This one time at band camp, if you know, you know. That's just, if you don't know the same thing, you're too young. But anyways, this is her story. I changed my direct deposit info so my payroll will go into his account and let him give me an allowance. I remember telling him how it was good for the both of us if he managed all the funds. Hashtag or side note, he was unemployed and fresh out of federal prison. He would only give me $200 and I had to use it sparingly. I wanted the relationship to work, so I dealt with it until one day I said, F that. and changed it back, allegedly. So her pick me moment is kind of different because she wasn't downplaying any other girls. The only thing she was downplaying is that bank account. So the red flags were there. Somebody who she really loved, got out of federal prison, no money, no nothing. But in her mind, she was like, oh, it'll be the good if he just manages our money. So just imagine she's getting paid a certain amount of money and, she's working her ass off, probably 80 hours, who knows, maybe overtime. And she's letting him handle all the money and she can only use $200. Okay, so where's the rest of the money? Like, I have questions about this. Like, I want to know what made her do it. I wanted to know, like, what was going through her mind when she thought of that idea. But hey, we listen, we don't judge. So I think I'm going to reach back out to her and we're going to do a part 2 on that because I have to know, how did that end? Like, I need some content. Like, yeah, that it was definitely a pick me moment, but it was like a different pick me moment. So yeah, that was it. So yeah, next time, don't do that anymore, girl. Don't do it anymore. All right. So now that we confessed our pick me moments, thank y'all for that person for not leaving me hanging. Let's unpack, like, why do women become pick me's? Like, why do so many of us feel the need to shade other women or do the absolute most for male approval? And sometimes I feel like it ain't just about a male you like. It could be like a friend, a brother, like your brother or whatever, your best friend. I feel like sometimes the women to do it just to seek approval in their eyes. And it's not even on some like me type shit. It could be on some, like, I don't know, you're just trying to look better than everybody else. And it's weird. But here's the thing. Society loves, I mean loves in capital letters, LOVES. They love to put women against each other. And it really, really starts at a young age. Like, you hear things like, oh, boys don't like loud girls, or be different from the other girls. Like, what does that even mean? Like, other girls are amazing. Like, what's wrong with being one of them? Like, why? Like, it irritates me, like, when you think about it. Like, what do you mean? Like, they don't like loud girls. Like, I don't like loud boys. Now what? Hold on, y'all. Let me calm down. I feel myself getting mad. But like, even like when you're on social media, like, you'll have that one girl who'll make a TikTok, and like, they're saying like, oh, I don't like other girls. I'm not a girls. I hang with guys. And then suddenly you got everybody in the comment debating it. And like, the pressure to stand out or seem more worthy, it's everywhere. It's social media, it's life, like, it's in jobs. Like, let's be real. We've all been influenced by it at some point. Like, we've all been influenced by it at some point. But deep down, it's not just about the guy's attention. Is it? No. I think it's also about validation. It's about feeling like you have value in a world that tells women, like, their worth is tied to how much men like them. And that's where misogyny sneaks in. Like, society has programmed us, like, to think being different makes us better. But spoiler alert, it doesn't. It doesn't mean you're better. It just means you're different. Like, that's the end of it. Like, here goes a reference from my favorite movie. Like, you know how when you watch these movies when you were younger, you didn't really understand it. You just like it for the aesthetic. But I was like, oh, let me look at some old movies. And I think I was like on Tubi, I want to say. And Mean Girls popped up. And I was like, oh, I ain't seen that movie in a while. Let me watch it. And as I was looking at it, I was like, wow. It you just look at it different. Like, I mean, let's talk about Regina George from Mean Girls for a second. Like, she had all the boys' attention, but at what cost? Like, her friendships were trash, and sis was miserable, if we're being honest. So the truth is, like, I just felt like being a pick me doesn't make life easier. It just makes it lonelier. Like, that's how I look at it. So, what do we do about this, guys? Like, how do we unlearn all of this? Because it's not enough to just recognize it. We got to do the work to move past it. And don't worry, you know me, I love a good solution. I got some tips for the next, for the next segment that I'm about to get into. Like, I have some tips. But first, before we get into them tips, let's just take a moment. Let's breathe. Let's laugh at ourselves a little because I'm pretty sure everything I've said, you probably thought in your mind, like, damn, I did have a pick me moment. Like, but that's okay because I promise on this episode, we're going to make a promise to each other that we're going to leave that pick me energy in the past. So, now that we've dragged ourselves a little, let's talk about like how do we move past the pick me mindset? Like, because girl, we're not staying in this energy. It's growth. Like, we're growing all day, all 2025. Like, growth is the goal. So I had thought of some ways like how can we do this? So I wrote a little list. Get my little list out. And I'm excited because I felt like I smoked this. Let me get some water. Okay, so the first thing that I have on my list is what we're going to do. We're going to start celebrating other women. Because the first thing we need to do is we need to start celebrating other women instead of competing with them. Like, if you see a girl killing it, hype her up. Like, it costs nothing to be kind and supportive. Like, if sis rocking that full glam face, tell her she looks amazing. If her outfit ate down, tell her that outfit ate down. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, where can I get it? Now, some girls might not tell you where they got it from. That's a whole nother story. But if, like, as I get older, I'm probably starting to realize I am a girl's girl because I want to see women win. Like, in my first episode, when I say, are you the overprotective friend or the judgmental friend? Like, and I talked about, like, I hold my friends on a pedestal. So I'm always feeding them positive or no want to let them know like how much their worth is. So I feel like as I got older, like I've always been like that because I have my moments where I've hated too. I'm not going to lie. But I just love seeing other women win. So I just feel like when you shift from jealousy to competition to or when let me take that back. When you shift from jealousy and competition to start admiring a person, you start building real like connections. Instead of tearing women down, build them up. Like, because trust me, like a genuine compliment feels better than a shady side eye every time. Like, when I give a compliment, I'm not trying to be funny. It comes from the heart. Like, and people will know, like, if you're trying to be shady or you being real. But if they don't, who knows? Their group of friends, maybe they are like that, and they probably need to reevaluate their friends. Number 2 on my list, check your intentions. Like, we got to start checking our intentions and checking ourselves a little bit more and holding ourselves accountable. Like, before you say or do something, ask yourself, like, am I doing this to be authentic or am I trying to impress someone? And once you start thinking about that, like, a lot of things that come out of your mouth, you'll probably start to think about it. Because if you're putting other women down to get attention, like, the energy is just off. Like, and here's the thing, right? People will vibe with you just for being you. Like, not for trying to be what you think they want. Like, just be yourself. Like, and when you be yourself, you find those true, genuine people that's in your life. Yeah, smoke that. Thank you. No. And number 3, building real confidence. So, let me get my water about this one, girl. Because, girl, let's talk about the confidence. And no, I don't mean that fake, like I'm better than everybody else energy. Like, I'm talking about the real confidence. Like, the kind that comes from knowing your worth, like, without needing validation from anyone else. Like, when you're confident in yourself, you don't feel the need to compare or compete. You just do you. And that's what I'm learning too, because it's been times where like social media has a lot to do with that. Like they can make you, you see these certain influencers or you see these certain people and you're like, I got to do that. I got to be like them. Like I got to do that. No, just be yourself. And when you be yourself, you set a mindset like just be you. Like be confident within yourself. Like I said, like you don't feel the need to compare or compete because you're just doing you. That's your vibe. That's your style. That makes you you. That makes you unique. And then number 4 on my list, and I felt like this can probably get repetitive, but it's very important to me, and I feel like it should be very important to you. I say this probably like I probably said this on the last episode, like every episode. Surround yourself with uplifting people. Like listen, Linda. Your circle matters. Like if you surround yourself by people who encourage you to bring others down, like it's time to reevaluate your friends. Like, and I'm in a period like that too. Like I'm starting to I'm starting I want genuine connections. Like I want like how can we like when we're on the phone, like of course you're gonna do your little gossip here and there, but how what can we talk about that like, oh, did you see once she looked at good, like yes queen, like or uplifting or something uplifting. Like I know it's not going to be, we're not in a perfect world where every conversation is going to be positive and oh this and this, but like if I start to see a pattern where you're just hating, we're not doing that. So like I said, surround yourself with uplifting people who genuinely, sorry, care about you and want to see you win. You know what I'm saying? And don't make it about themselves or don't compete with you. Yeah. And then number 5 on my list, and the final one that I just got into recently, and I'm still working on because I don't understand the whole thing about it. For me and my life purpose, gratitude. Like, finally, let's practice some gratitude. Because when you focus on what you have instead of what you're like, when you focus on what you have instead of what you're lacking, you naturally start to feel more secure within yourself. Like what I've learned and what I've looked up, what I've read, what I've seen other people talk about, like gratitude shifts your mindset from I need to compete to I'm already enough. And right there, like that's a powerful place to be. And that's like, you ever see those Five Below, like when you in Five Below, they be having them little gratitude journals and stuff like that. Like next time you see one, just buy it and write down everything that, like, write down what you have instead of what that other person have or what you're lacking. And then you'll start to see like, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have this. I'm blessed to have this. I might not have this now, but I'm working towards that. Like, it's certain things like that. And that's what I'm working on. Because I used to complain about little things, but then I'm waking up like, girl, you're in a house. Girl, you have a nice car. Girl, you have a job. Girl, you have people who love you. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not gonna lie and say I don't complain about a lot of things because I am a crybaby and I do. But I'm starting to practice to value what I have and don't complain about what I don't have. And that's it. You know? So I hope you like that list. And I feel like, you know, those are the 5 steps to leave that pick me energy in the past. And let me tell you, like, once you start hyping yourself and other women up, like, life just feels better. You attract better people, better vibes, and better opportunities. And that's it. So, all right, guys, that's a wrap on today's episode. Oh, before we go, I have this box that I want to start doing. It's a box of cards. It's like 50 cards to protect your energy and find self-love. And it's called Women Don't Own You Pretty by Florence Given. I guess it's a book. I got it from TJ Maxx. But I was looking at the cards and I was like, oh, I think that's cool to, read on the podcast. And the first one that I picked out the box, it says, stop criticizing people for things you recently stopped doing yourself. So while I'm out here calling people a pick me, like, I guess I could stop criticizing people. No, I'm just playing. I wasn't doing it to say, like, oh, like, you suck. But, like, I was doing it to shed light on we've all done it. But on the card, it says feeling guilty for past mistakes and behavior does nothing for you or the people harmed unless it is by change. Sometimes to cope with the realization that we have toxic behaviors and tendencies, we find ourselves taking it out on other people to spread guilt that we feel about our newly discovered shortcomings. It is important to acknowledge red flags, abusive behaviors before they become a bigger problem, but people make mistakes. Everyone should be held accountable for their actions, but we still have to extend the same forgiveness and room to grow that was afforded to us when we were still learning. See, that's what I'm like. People make mistakes like me. I made a mistake because I put down a girl to make myself feel better or try to stand out more. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we learn from our mistakes. We're all human. So, I kind of like that card. All right, so that is a wrap. We laughed, we cringed, we got real about the whole pick me girl thing. And listen, if you ever been a pick me, do not beat yourself up. Growth is all about recognizing where you've been and choosing to do better moving forward. So let's recap about the takeaways. Remember, celebrate other women, check your intentions, build real confidence, surround yourself with uplifting people, practice gratitude. It's all love over here. We're leaving that pygmy energy in the past and we're stepping into our main era character all 2025. And I promise you that. I promise you that. So if this episode, like if it spoke to you, like I love to hear your thoughts. You can slide in my DMs. You can email me at because girl what podcast. I will leave the link in the description. And you can email me with your stories, your feedback, or just to say, hey, just say, hey, or, how'd you think about it? And don't forget to share this episode with your bestie who needs to hear it. Because you guys are all my besties. So I just feel like if you keep spreading the love, I can get more besties and we can get it out there even more. So don't forget to share this episode, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And so just keep sharing the episode. And to people who already supported me, I thank you so much. And please leave a review if you're feeling the vibe because it helps more people find the show. So thank you for turning in, Lord. Thank you for tuning in to episode 4 of Because Girl Wet podcast. I love y'all for real. Until next time, stay fabulous, stay growing, and please stay far away from that pick me energy. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Because girl what?